What's going on, everybody? Kyle Pullen's here, live in my garage with my Lamborghini. Anybody remember those Ty Lopez ads on YouTube? I remember. I bought in when I first saw that one. It was pretty cool. Anyways, so tonight, pardon the scratchy voice, congested, just getting moved into the new house here. And they got cats, which is cool. I do like cats. I'm more of a dog person, but they get me a little congested. So we're just going to have to get past that because this is something I've been wanting to do for a little bit, and I haven't done. And I'm like, forget it. I'm not going to make any excuses tonight. I'm just going to bang this out for you real quick. So tonight, this is going to be a 7-day series that I'm doing. I'm not going to be doing this every single day for the rest of my life kind of thing. I'm not going to be one of those guys. It's going to be a 7-day series, okay, of the 7 must-have mindsets missing from the majority of baseball players. All right, this is a big thing. You know, it's just fitting that I have my Get Your Mind Right shirt tonight. Got this from Nate Trotsky. Okay, if y'all don't know who Nate Trotsky is, big fan of his. Okay, go check him out, Trotsky Ranch. Bought this at one of his infield camps a couple weeks ago up in Wichita. And I wore it today, and I was like, oh, funny that I'm going to be doing this live video, and I've got this shirt on. Anyways, so, you know, tonight I was challenged by my business coach, Ryan Stuman, to do a 7-day live challenge on something that I know will help the people that I can help, and that's helping baseball players tonight. So I'm going to just go live for the next 7 days. That's it, next 7 days. I got nothing really to sell you here. Okay, I just want to bring in some absolute value for you, and hopefully this is something that you, if you're a coach or a parent, you know, you can share with your son or the players on your team. And maybe if you're a player who's on here, I know Facebook is a little more geared towards the older adults, probably 25 and up-ish. You know, there might not be a whole lot of high school and college baseball players on here. If you are tuning in and you do see this, I appreciate you checking in. This is directly for you. But parents and coaches, please share this with your players. This is something they really need to see. So let's get right into it. Day 1 of the 7-day must-have mindsets that are missing from the majority of baseball players is, got some notes here, just real quick notes I'm going to go back to, okay? Win every pitch. Day 1, we're talking about winning every pitch. Sounds pretty explanatory, probably something that you've heard coaches talk about before, but not something that you're really practicing and implementing, which is the biggest piece of it all. Because if you're not practicing and doing the things, especially when it comes to the middle game, you're really missing out. So what does it mean to win every single pitch? Well, first, there's an exact amount. Okay, life is very precise, and baseball is even more precise. I say it's a game of inches. Okay, it is very much so, more so than football is. All right, if you miss a pitch off the end of the bat by an inch, that's the difference between a broken back ground ball out to a line drive gap in the, a line drive double into the gap. Big difference between that, right? But life is very precise. There's always an exact amount of pitches thrown in a game. Okay, so let's talk high school, maybe college here. 7-inning game for the most part. We're going to say on average 125 pitches per team per game. So about 250 pitches. Winning every single pitch of that, if you're on the field, right, as the defensive team, you've got 125 pitches that you've got to be locked in for, and you're trying to win every single pitch, okay? And most are really not trying to do that. They're just focused on their at-bat, on the ground ball that's coming to them right now, whatever it is, okay? They're not focused on every single opportunity that they have, which is, it's not going to be exactly 250, right? But you can count, okay? You're tracking how many pitches are thrown, right? Guys are sitting there with a clicker, count how many pitches Johnny, the starting pitcher, threw, and then Jerry, the reliever, coming in the 5th inning, and then your closer, how many pitches did he throw? Well, how many pitches did, et cetera, right? So for the other team, you can count up, tally how many pitches there were. That's very important because that is giving you, let's just call it 250. This is giving you 250 opportunities to practice the mental game and to practice winning every single pitch. Now you know that the last pitch doesn't matter, right? Only this pitch right now is the most important one because let's say your pitcher, ball 1, first batter up. Your team just put up 3 runs on the board for you, and very first batter up, ball one. What does that mean? As the pitcher, that could easily tumble into a downward spiral of walking the leadoff guy, walking the second guy. Okay, don't want me. A little bit of nose dribble. And it could end into a bad inning. You could put up a crooked number for them. They could score 2, and all of a sudden they're right back in it. Versus strike 1, strike 2, ground out. Strike 1, pop fly. Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3. You're out of the inning. Quick inning because you pounded the zone. Big difference between that. But because of that first pitch, you didn't win that very next pitch. It turned into something completely different. So what I like to have the guys do is, especially pitchers, you're trying to win every count, okay? So if it's a 0-0, what does that mean to win that count? You go 0-1, right? You throw a ball. It happens. Win the 1-0 count. Go to 1-1. Win the 1-1 count. Go to 1-2. Okay? And the same thing. You just go down the line with every single scenario that there is. Let's say you're an infielder. Let's say you're an outfielder. You're a position player. What does winning every pitch look like? Getting your jump, your timing, your rhythm for when the pitch is thrown. So when the ball is hit at contact, you're not late. You're not on your heels. You're not flat-footed. Right. So you're working on that. On your hop, so you're on time, and you're winning that pitch by being on time. As the hitter in the batter's box, you're trying to win every single pitch. What does that mean as the hitter? Getting a good. It goes back to what are the infielders and outfielders doing? Getting good timing, being on time for that pitch. You want to be on time for every single pitch, even if you're not going to take that pitch. And I want you to track that pitch all the way to that catcher's glove if you're going to take it, especially. So you're winning that pitch by seeing the full, even more 60 feet than 6 inches, right? Because that's from the tip of the rubber to the front part of the mat, or front part of home plate. You've got another maybe 2 feet back to the catcher's glove. It gives you another 2 feet of movement that you're going to see on that pitch. That's pretty big. If you did that thinking about, you're not going to be in the batter's box for 125 pitches, right? You might be in the batter's box for a total of 15 pitches, 10 pitches. As the hitter, if you got 3 at-bats, 4 at-bats, maybe you see 3, 4, 5 pitches. That's not a whole lot. So you need to be on time. You need to win the pitch by seeing every single pitch. And then that goes up when you're ready to hit. You got to square it up. You got to be on time. You got to be looking for that pitch ready to hit. How do you do that? Obviously, it takes a lot of work in the cage and the BP off the tee work. But if you're winning every pitch, you're winning every pitch when you're in the dugout. You're watching to see, what is this guy throwing to lefties first pitch? When he gets 0-1 on him, what is he throwing? When he gets 0-2 on him, is he going to the breaking ball right away, or is he going up in the zone and then going breaking ball? What is his pitch sequence like? You got to be looking at this kind of stuff so that when you get your chance in the box, you are ready to hit, and you have already started to predict what this guy is going to do, because the majority of pitchers fall into a pattern, especially when runners get on base. And go. And go. It's the same timing. It's the same movement. They get the same pitch sequences. Especially, okay, I did this. I made a comment in a Facebook group the other day about a guy, a hitter. 2 scenarios. Okay, this will be the last point right here. 2 scenarios of a hitter. So one hitter strikes out swinging at a low and outside fastball. He goes back to the dugout. He's fuming. He's pissed, and it carries over with him to the next at bat. And he loses that at-bat too. Very next hitter has the very exact same situation happen. He strikes out on that low and away fastball. But he just missed it. He felt good. He was on time. And he goes back to the dugout with a smile on his face, and he's happy. Anybody ever seen something like that happen? Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? I hope so. If you do, leave a quick comment saying, "Oh, I've seen that before. I know what you're talking about, Kyle." And if you haven't, it's cool. But I'm about to tell you what happens right here, because this guy who just struck out on that very same pitch is going back in the dugout happy. He knows that he just missed that pitch, and that next time up, you probably know what that pitcher's thinking. That he blew it by that guy. That this guy can't hit that pitch. But that hitter, he's thinking, man, I can hit that pitch. And guess what that pitcher's going to do that very next at bat? He's going to throw him that low and away fastball. He's probably going to lead off very first pitch with that fastball, if it's the same pitcher in there. And guess what you should be doing as that hitter? You should be on time, geared up, looking for it, ready to go for it, square it up, double in the gap, bomb maybe. But you're on time and you're ready to hit that pitch because that pitcher thought he had you beat. But really, you're the hitter that had the positive experience coming out of that at bat, saying, I just missed it. I was on time. I was looking for that pitch. I was ready for that pitch, but I just missed it. There's a big difference between hitter A, which goes back in the dugout, is pissed, taking that with him in the next at bat, taking it with him into the field that very next inning, maybe boots a ball, gets it, tries to throw it over to first, get the out, air mails it. Now he's even more pissed carrying that with him in the next one. All you're trying to do is win every single pitch, one pitch at a time. That's all the game is played. Doesn't matter if it's day one of opening day, game one, first pitch of the game, or if it's game 7 of the World Series in the 9th inning, 3-2 count, bases loaded, two outs. It doesn't matter. Your approach is the exact same, winning one pitch at a time. So that's what I got for you today. If you like this, or if you know somebody who needs to see this message, tag them in it, share it with them. Leave a comment below saying, Kyle, I like this. I want to see more like this. Maybe you got a takeaway that you're like, oh man, I remember seeing, Jack back in the day over at, Weisendorf Field over there, man. He had that happen to him. He struck out the first 2 times, and then he was just spiraling the rest of the day, right? We've all been there. We've all seen those kind of things happen. So leave a comment. I'm going to come back to day 2 tomorrow, okay? Day 2, we're going to be talking about the game within the game, the chess match within the game. All right, that's what we're going to be talking about for day 2. So I will see you guys on the next one. Have a great night.